Launched a 72-hour action plan following the killing of 11 people over the weekend in Philippi East on the Cape Flats. Last night, 5 people were shot and killed in 2 separate incidents. This follows the execution-style murders of 6 women on Friday night in the same area. 5 men between the ages of 18 and 39 were killed in 2 separate incidents last night. Police are now calling on community members to come forward with information. And for more on this, we're joined by reporter Mariska Botha from Cape Town on the line. A very good afternoon to you, Mariska. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, a 72-hour action plan has been launched. Any clue or hints at this stage if these shootings were gang-related?
At this stage, the police are keeping absolutely mum on whether or not this is gang-related. But of course, there will always be people that say it is. We certainly heard from some community members on the ground saying that this could most definitely be gang-related, but the police are not confirming this to us at this point in time. What we do know, like you said, in 2 separate incidents, 5 men were killed, and we understand another man is in hospital. When we were on the scene in Philippi East earlier today, we saw a huge number of detectives and, of course, public order police escorting them to a tavern where 2 people were killed last night. Certainly a large group of detectives being deployed to investigate this now, because it's 11 people in less than 72 hours that's been killed in the same area, all by gunshot wounds as far as we understand.
Now, the Cape Community Policing Forum, I do understand, says these crimes have now reached crisis point. So has this piece of information reached the office of the Minister of Police, Bheki, so that he declares this as an emergency?
Of course, Minister Bheki would have been briefed on what is going on in the area. I would say it is fair to say that this has reached the crisis point, because certainly from what we've heard from community members on the ground, it has become such. They're telling us, many of the community members refusing to appear on camera. At the very least, they want to remain anonymous, telling us it's even too dangerous for them to go out in the morning to work. One woman explaining to us, she gets up at 5 a.m. At 6 o'clock, she peeks out her door to see if there's any what she calls police or dubious characters on the street, and then she runs to the taxi rank. Now, that is the kind of situation that people in that area face. So for them, certainly, it is a crisis. And we do understand that Minister Cele is being briefed on the situation there and being kept abreast on what is happening there. Whether he will visit the area or not, we are not certain at this stage. We know from past experience that he has visited all such scenes that have taken place in the Western Cape. But at this stage, we don't know if he will be visiting the area to address community members and also look into it for himself.
You know, Mariska, I hate to indulge myself in speculation. I mean, in as much as the police are now keeping mum on whether this is gang-related or not, well, some people have been of the view that some of the community members actually know who these gang members are. And have any clues been coming forth from community members?
Community members also, like I say, it's very, very hard for them to come forward and give us information. They are not very keen to talk to us, shying away from attention. But what we've seen and what we know and what we've learned over the years in covering many of these kinds of murders, if they are gang-related, these gangsters are known to community members if it is, in fact, gang-related killings. We have heard certain speculation from communities that there's a certain group of young men that moves around in the area. But again, it's very dangerous to speculate at this point in time as to who or what, if it is an organization that's responsible, because we simply don't know. And if police know, they're certainly not telling us.
All right, Mariska, thank you so much for your update. We appreciate your time. That was our reporter Mariska Botha speaking to us live on the line from Cape Town.